What a gorgeous shot overlooking a D1 football facility in Fort Collins, Colorado. This is Canvas Stadium. As you look to the west along the Front Range, approaching dusk and approaching semifinal number 2 in the 2023 Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Conference Tournament, the D1 level. And today it's CU and BYU here in Fort Collins, Colorado, along with Justin Salvia, Phil Mildren, the Stream It Sports production crew. I'm Marty Cesario. Honored and pumped to be on the call for Brigham Young against Colorado. A couple of squads looking to advance to the championship game tomorrow night. But they've got work to do ahead of them, minimum 4 quarters ahead. Those guys, BYU, 13th ranked in the country. They're the 2 seed in this RMLC tournament. 12-5 overall on the season, 3-1 within the conference, coming out of Provo under 14-year head coach Matt Schneck. 5 national titles on the resume for the program of BYU. It's kind of a rematch because just 8 days ago in Provo, well, they were playing the Buffaloes of CU, who are again here to take on the Cougars of BYU. Colorado, those guys right there with the black lids, looking to take down BYU this time here in their own state. CU, 18th ranked in the country, 6-6 overall under their second-year head coach Guy Sarasoli. CU also has some championship pedigree on their program resume. They won a title back in 2014, looking to get a berth into the championship game here within tournament play. So coming up, it's Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Conference tournament action from Northern Colorado. BYU and CU on the way.
Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
Just short of 7 o'clock here, Mountain Time, the right time to watch some college lax. The 2023 Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Conference tournament action here, brought to you by Stream It Sports Productions. Marty Cesario, Justin Salvia, Phil Mildren, and the crew with the SIS here in the NOCO. These guys, Brigham Young, 13th ranked in the MCLA nationally, the 2 seed in the tournament, 12-5 overall. Here's their recent resume, last 5 games, a whole lot of in-conference action. Notably, you see, they took a loss to a very powerful Georgia Tech team, and then they started waltzing through most of the RMLC slate. Took a loss to Utah Valley that's still alive. BYU trying to go face them tomorrow night. Just recently, last weekend, Colorado State taking defeats to this BYU team under 14-year head coach Matt Schneck. So BYU's in blue for tonight. And then there's the Colorado Buffaloes, the 3 seed in this conference tournament, 18th ranked overall within the MCLA. 6-6 overall record, 2-2 within the conference. You see their recent 5 outings, and that includes a win over Colorado State in this stadium just a couple of weekends ago. And then they also took that Provo trip and Salt Lake trip just last week, as did CSU, and CU took a couple of losses. So really it's kind of a quick rematch between CU and BYU. Can you look at that resume for the Colorado Buffaloes? Look at the goalies for each of these squads. There's Nate Norton, a senior goalie for the BYU Cougars. He's a senior out of Kaysville, Utah. Strong dude. Fills up the cage with some size there. Warming up for his BYU Cougars. Again, it's Nate Norton getting the start. That's confirmed. The senior goalie for the Cougars this evening as they take on the Colorado Buffaloes. And then you see some of the goaltenders for CU. That is David Baker, the junior out of Pasadena, California. He's in there warming up right now. And really, I'm waiting for a confirmation. Will it be him tonight or will it be Chandler Naiman, the senior, starting for the CU Buffalo? So we'll see, and we'll verify that with you as we continue to roll it on. Coming up, opening face-off between BYU and CU here with Stream It Sports Productions.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How is it good?
Welcome back to Fort Collins, Colorado. Getting ready for Colorado and Brigham Young in the second semifinal of this RMLC conference tournament. Right now, Commissioner John Robinette will do the national anthem and announce the personnel for tonight's game.
Defense, number 25, Dominic Jablonski. Number 8, Ryan Wells. And number 9, Mark Olszewski. And the goal for the Buffaloes, number 32, David Baker. For your Brigham Young University Cougars, at attack, number 4, Andrew Friedman. Number 8, Gavin Taylor. Number 21, Jake Alberson. At midfield, number 1, Ed Yuan. Number 9, Dalen Clark. And number 17, Stu Vasa. On defense, number 31, Taylor Mason. Number 35, Levi Smith. And number 50, Kelby Sosa. And the goal for the Cougars, number 33, Nate Norton. We ask that you please kindly remove your caps and rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Okay, there's the player personnel. Now the national anthem.
Worried about your friend but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
.706 Mountain Time, Canvas Stadium, Fort Collins, Colorado. 2023 Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Conference Tournament. Presented by Colorado State Men's Lacrosse and broadcast to you by the Stream It Sports production crew, headed by Phil Mildred and Justin Salvia. Again, I'm Marty Cesario. We are here on standby getting ready for the second semifinal in the Division I conference tournament play. Utah Valley has moved on. The 1 seed will play tomorrow night at this time for a conference championship. One of these two squads will battle them. We got a long way to go. At least 60 minutes of lacrosse, maybe more, who knows, as we await those guys. The CU Buffaloes taking on the BYU Cougars. Head coach Guy Sarasoli centered up right there in the middle of your screen. Second-year man to lead the program, Guy Sarasoli. He's been involved in lacrosse in Colorado for multiple decades. I've known Guy since he was coaching Arapahoe, coaching championships at Mile High Stadium with those Warriors. Well, here he's got his dudes from Boulder in a position to perhaps win a berth into the championship game. So the top side, CU in black, trimmed in their gold and white. And then bottom, tonight BYU will be wearing white jerseys, blue shorts, and the blue lids. Love the gamesmanship. Pounds from each goaltender. They move away and split to each side of your screen. And we officially begin in moments out there for BYU in the face-off circle. Tanner Shields. And then the extremely talented freshman Mike Kuligowski will be on the face-off dot for the CU Buffaloes. Again, black is CU, white is BYU, and we're about to get going As you see that beautiful shot on the Rams' head here in Fort Collins. At a face-off win by Kuligowski. So the Buffaloes moving right to left. Kuligowski going to take a shot immediately, and a good reaction by Nate Norton. So Norton, the goalie from Kaysville, able to make a stop there as CU gets an early shot off. And for the first time, we'll see BYU in an attack set as you see them try to set that high screen. Well, they had a man open down low, and you see shagging the ball is David Blaker. So that confirms who's going to start in goal for CU. It is the junior David Baker out of Pasadena, California. The Buffaloes coming through and scoring. CU with one on the board, Trevor Kunkel with the score for the 18th ranked Buffaloes.
Goal by number 29, Trevor Kunkel.
So Kunkel getting some love from his fellow Buffaloes. And we'll look at the replay presented by Obee Subs in Fort Collins. Leaning forward, 2 white jerseys on his backside. But Kunkel feeling good about that goal. He should be. 14:05 mark, first quarter. Trevor Kunkel scores his first for CU. And it's a 1-0 lead for the Buffaloes. Interesting note. You see half of the Rams' head on your right. Colorado State investing, hosting, presenting this Rocky Mountain Lacrosse tournament. Each of these 2 squads has actually played here in Canvas Stadium. BYU last year, CU just 2 weeks ago. And you see some familiarity there. Jake McIntyre got some tallies in the win over the Rams a couple of weeks ago. Here he is scoring for his CU Buffaloes at 13:28 in the first quarter. A 2-0 lead for the Buffs. And the replay from Obee's. Uses that modest pick up top. Just a subtle screen. And then McIntyre rifles one through the junior out of Chaparral, and Parker gets a score for CU. And a face-off win for the Buffaloes. The ground ball to Brian McCarthy. So you get that cool local touch where Jake McIntyre, the Douglas County kid, able to get a score to establish a 2-0 lead for what is realistically the underdog CU Buffaloes in a couple of different ways, not only in seeding, but we keep noting, because it's relevant, just 8 days ago, BYU handled the Buffs 15-8. There's CU attacking again, a cutter just to the right of the cage from our perspective. That was Will Kramer. CU's going to keep it, operating Drew McConaughey. McConaughey drops it, but then scoops it back up to maintain the possession. CU in black, leading 2-0, 12:30 on the clock as we've just gotten started here in Fort Collins. 7:11 Mountain Time. So you see the entire field now shrouded in the clouds. That shot coming through a little wide of the net. Not much of a threat for the goalie, Nate Norton. Buffalo's attack set continues. A good patience by CU. BYU's defense knocks it free, but then the Buffaloes able to regain possession, and Drew McConaughey scores for the Colorado Buffaloes. Let's check out everything from the scrum, the Obee's replay. And it's McConaughey between 3 jerseys in white. And then gets the space and chooses that left shoulder of the goaltender's score. 11:54 mark, first quarter. Drew McConaughey And now CU's up 3-0. Guy Sarasoli, the head coach for CU, and his staff probably not going to want me to bring up the similarity within the tournament and recent recall. Lower seed CSU went up 3-0 early against Utah Valley, the top seed, in the previous semifinal. That was also within the first 2.5 minutes of the game. And then Utah Valley exploded. Here, the lower seed, the 3, up 3-0 on the 2 seed, BYU. And we'll see how the Cougars now operate and react being down this early. Just 4 minutes in. We got a long way to go, of course. Ooh, center cutter coming through, but then it's not free. A trail check there. I believe it was Jonathan Gruner hustling back into the play and causing the turnover. Kunkel, McIntyre, McConaughey, the 3 goal scorers for CU. Problems midfield. And a ground ball pickup by the BYU Cougars. Jake Halverson doing a nice job, and he's free, but then a kick save on the part of David Baker. Another one coming the way of Baker. Baker tries to come out there and then says, you know what, I got to get back in my cage. Smart move because BYU gets the possession. Up front, there's a doorstep shot successful. Brigham Young has their first of the night. Gavin Taylor. Let's look at the replay of the work of number 8, Gavin Taylor. Nice recognition, feeding him low. He just shoulders through to get himself a little bit of space. It gets the score for Brigham Young. Gavin Taylor at 10:01 here in the first quarter. Adjacent face-off, possession awarded to the Buffaloes. And now we'll see how CU reacts after giving up the first goal of the night. Crump against multiple BYU defenders. That is good D. Adam Bakke, 11 up top for CU. Correct myself. Drew McConaughey, who has a goal. One of the 3 for CU. And then Bakke up top, local kid. A little bit of problem there for Western Keller. That's Keller from Highlands Ranch. And then the air forced by the Cougars defense. Aaron Rasmussen from Sandy, Utah, doing good work as BYU clears left to right. Cougars have the most recent score, Gavin Taylor at 10:01. Here we're about 8.5 remaining in the first quarter at Canvas Stadium. Cougars trail by 2. And they take that shot, and that's solved well by David Baker. Nice stop by the junior. So the Cali kid gets the save, and CU trying to get moving forward. Across the restraining line, that was Alec Umutian. And then immediately a turnover. So both squads getting some cardio in. We're going right to left in a 2-goal game. CU defending in black with the 2-goal advantage. 7:35 on the clock here in the first. Hope you're enjoying these gorgeous shots. You see the Mountain West logo on the bottom left. We are in an FBS facility, $220 million canvas stadium, 7 years old here in Fort Collins. BYU taking time, looking very composed in this set. And then I jinxed him. Quick pickup and a shot by Dallin Clark. So Dallin from Parker played at Pondo, another local kid. Andrew Freeman gets the restart, and this Cougars possession continues. Instinct says head coach Matt Schneck and BYU pretty happy with how this set is working, and that too. Lost the defender and then scores Stu Vasso, the sophomore from Washington. Might have shocked himself. Hey, I left a dude, and now nobody's here. And now I'm going to put it in and find Twine. Stu Vasso with a goal for the Brigham Young Cougars. And we look at the Obee's replay. Yeah, you saw the defense committed to the trail check, and then 1 foot in the ground, and then Vassau was open right there in front of the crease. Stu Vassau at 6:32 in the first quarter. CU scored the first three. BYU has now scored the next two, and the Cougars are within one. If anything, the Buffaloes perhaps would like a lengthy set here. And now they're going to have to chase to keep possession, and it goes the other way. How about the hustle of the goalie, Nate Norton? Outran the attacker, and now the Cougars clear. Oh, and there's a shot open, went for the bouncer, and it rides over the top of David Baker and his save attempt. It'll stay here with the Cougars. From the right side, you saw the net move. It was on the opposite side of the pipe. No goal, no save. Just a shot attempt that will not be recorded. Guess it's a shot, but not a shot on goal. And then immediately a turnover. So BYU will push forward and score. Gavin Taylor makes the Buffaloes pay for the turnover. And he's got a second here in this first quarter.
Number 8, Gavin Taylor. Assist number 4, Andrew.
Don't got to be nice in the jungle. CU gives it away, and the Cougars attack immediately and score. You look at that replay from Obee's Soup, Salad, and Subs in Fort Collins. Gavin Taylor has another. So one of the two Taylor brothers now has 2 goals, and that's Gavin. A couple of bros out of American Fork, Utah. As we give shouts out to everybody in each community. You can hit us up if you'd like. Use Twitter or Instagram, add us, or DM. I'm sitting right here with my mobular device. At MARTYCESARIO. Or you can go to the Stream It Sports handle. Stream It Sports. Simple stuff. 3-3 game. We're all tied up. .4:15 exactly remaining in the first. CU trying to get a shot towards goal. It doesn't happen. It's actually deflected by the D of BYU, and here come the Cougars. Nice save on the part of Baker. That was a 3-on-2. Hockey term odd man rush because cup playoffs around this area as we're anxious about the Avalanche. BYU gets a guy cutting forward, but the shot's a little off. Cougars will keep it right here. Halverson to his backside, gets up. Delayed flag. You see the flag up top. And not yet. And there is the whistle. So we'll have our first special team situation coming up. BYU have scored 3 consecutive goals to tie things up. Will now go man up. First man advantage situation for either squad as you get the good look as we pop over the top side there. And you see Dominic Jablonski take a knee. "60 seconds, BYU. Man up, looking to take their first lead of this semifinal. Winner will face Utah Valley tomorrow night around this time. Same place, same spot. And the turnover. That'll allow the Buffaloes to expire some time as they're man down. Brian McCarthy will get the restart there. And you see the ride by BYU. Well, that was a hint of it. And now the Cougars will peel back. Look at the goalie helping out with the clear. Works perfectly, too, because Baker splits everybody. But here's the risk. Nobody's back, but BYU can't get there quick enough. Goalie's still not in the crease. Baker dives, and he can't recollect himself. A goal by Brigham Young. High risk by CU and the reward for BYU. Let's go ahead and see that entire sequence. There's the goalie Baker all the way across the midline. BYU has trouble, but you can see, center of your screen, Baker's still not back there. That shot missed. And then one comes off that top side there, and it's a score by Andrew Friedman, the sophomore out of Provo. 2:22 mark in the first quarter. That was man up. Andrew Friedman scores for BYU. Four consecutive goals for Brigham Young. And now it is indeed looking exactly like what we saw in semifinal number 1, where Colorado State was up 3-0. And then Utah Valley got themselves a 4-3 lead. That's how they ended their first half of play. Then the Wolverines just continued to dominate. Here, we got a long way to go, but CU started up 3-0. BYU has scored 4 in a row, and it's the Cougars with the advantage. And now it's tied up. Well, there's a good answer for the Buffaloes. Weston Keller, the sophomore from Highlands Ranch. And let's look at it again. Thank you to Obees. It's coming up so he can get an angle across the goal line extended there. And Weston Keller able to zap one through the goalie. 1:20 mark first quarter. Weston Keller scores his first, and we are tied up again. And a face-off win for CU. One of the unique elements of ruthlessness with lacrosse. You can go make it, take it, if you're good enough. You see ball pressure there, and it forces the turnover. Excellent work. It started with Braxton Marion. And look at the Cougars. They use the entire field to clear here. Yep, attacker was baiting. And then Taylor swimming through the defense, but then it's popped free. So excellent recovery defensively by the CU Buffaloes. They go long throw to midfield, and then a whistle blown just as we hit zeros to finish up the quarter. So that's why you see teams splitting it. Referees will come to the side, and that's our first 15 minutes of play. All right, got to settle in. This is fun stuff. All even for a piece between Brigham Young and Colorado.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
Now you can see dusk is approaching. The lights are on at the top of your screen here at Canvas Stadium. We enjoyed the sunny splash here at Sunny Lubbock Field at Canvas Stadium in Fort Collins, Colorado, and now we get a gorgeous look at nighttime. Really, the facility has no flaws, which is why Colorado State Men's Lacrosse invested in hosting this event at this place. And everybody gets a good payoff. Hope you're enjoying it. Thanks for being here with us. Marty Cesario, along with Phil Mildren, Justin Salvia, the Stream It Sports production crew. BYU able to score 4 in a row after trailing by 3 early in that first quarter. Then Weston Keller scores for CU to tie things up. So we're 4-4, 14-15 mark here in the second quarter. So we're just under a minute into the second. And an entertaining first half of play here. Winner's going to play Utah Valley tomorrow night. We'll have that for you as well. Flip sides, BYU in white. Ooh, that cutter on the right side, top side. That was Gavin Taylor, unable to get it through a little wide of the goaltender. Taylor has 2 goals through the first quarter of play. 13:51 mark right here in the second. Oh, and you see the attacker make the turn. Carson McKee hit the foot of the goalie, but since he had so much power on the shot, it goes through. So a score for Carson McKee, a freshman from Henderson, Nevada.
14, Carson McKee.
And look at the Obee's replay. Makes the turn, and you see, I think it hit the toe of the goalie and then goes on through. So the kid out of the Las Vegas area able to score. Carson McKee gets the lead back for BYU. Hopefully you enjoyed that replay there as BYU's awarded possession. Oh, I'm incorrect. It'll be CU with the ball. Those live replays and sponsor support for Colorado State men's lacrosse in the 2023 Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Conference Tournament, courtesy of our friends over at Obee's in Fort Collins. Fresh subs, salads, and soups. Local shop where the good food means a good mood. And they're just down the road, 2 miles east of us along Prospect here in Fort Collins. We're on campus at Colorado State University. 1-goal game, 13-15 on the big board. So we're just about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Again, CU started with a 3-goal burst to take the lead. Then BYU answered with 4. And now CU ties it up again. So squads trading goals after each getting a nice run. And that's another goal for Weston Keller and the CU Buffaloes.
Goal by number 10.
And there is your replay coming from Obee's. From X to Keller. And it's real strong. Goal number 2 for Keller, 12:59 mark in the second quarter. So Keller joins Taylor for BYU among the 2 multi-goal scorers here in this first half. Meanwhile, face-off win BYU. Braxton Marion bringing it up, and here come the Cougars in white. And that is Taylor taking the shot. It's over that high corner. BYU will keep it. So 2 goals in the second. McKee for BYU, Keller for CU. Third tie of the first half. Roll dodge attempt, nothing there. So the Cougars peel back, and that is Gavin Taylor. Good read by Baker, the goalie. Looks like the Cougars using a lot of 1v1, but CU's defense pretty strong right now. Ooh, lost somebody there. And there is the thrust shot across the crease. Jake Halverson scores for BYU. Beaverton, Oregon represented, and BYU gets the lead back. This will look real strong on the replay from Obee subs. Late slide across the crease by the defense, and then Halverson's athleticism pushes him forward in the air. Horizontal goal for Jake Halverson at 11:52 in the second. Cougars back with the lead and have the ball again. Taylor up top. Halverson has it right now. See that long pull coming up. That's Jablonski, who's being a little more forceful, pressuring ball. Ed Wan with lefty cradle, and looks like he's going to set up back there at X. I am correct. And a gorgeous shot from the high side. Dallin Clark scores for BYU. You hear public address giving love to Ed Wan. Nice feed, and then Clark with the gun So Clark scores his first at 11:08 here in the second quarter. And it's a 2-goal advantage for Brigham Young, their largest lead of this first half. And no rocket science as you're watching along. You've seen the shift to where Brigham Young is starting to dominate at the face-offs. And they're getting a lot more possessions. Cougars trying to turn again. Starting with working from behind the crease. They go low side this time. Or goalie's right. And the shot wide, but BYU's going to keep it here. There's Ed Wan getting the restart. Looked like miscommunication there, but the ball comes through and Gavin Taylor able to get it. There's Taylor right there, takes a shot and scores. Taylor's got a hattie in the first for BYU. Would you like to see the replay? Obee says yes, and there you go. Between two defenders, past a third, and then look at the BYU Cougars celebrate. You know, like that a lot. You saw Elton Taylor, his big bro, and take a peek at the crowd as we tilt downward to the adjacent faceoff. CU will take it any way they can get it. And they won't get it now. I thought the Buffaloes were getting awarded possession on a violation. I'm wrong. And here come the guys in white again with their 3-goal lead. Under 10 to play here in the second quarter. BYU bringing it up forward. Nothing there. And look at that shot. If there was chalk, except for its paint, that dust would fly in the air. What a laser shot there by Dalen Clark. Right at the crease. Hits the line and bounces through and scores. You're going to see the replay here from Obee's. Look at the replay. Right there, actually a little bit past the semicircle. Still same result as described. Dalen Clark scores his second of the game. There's a timeout called by CU. You can see the Buffaloes react. They had a 3-goal lead, but now they're down 4. We'll take a break with each of these squads here in Fort Collins.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How is it good?
Getting a little darker here in Fort Collins. Guys in white, brightness within them if they've scored 4 of the last 5 here in the second quarter. It was 4-4 after 1 quarter play. But here in the second now, BYU establishing a 4-goal lead as you get more of those beauty shots as we slip into nighttime mode here in northern Colorado. 7:43 Mountain Time. Face off. Well, nice kick. Puts it into open space. Looked like the Cougars were going to get the possession there, and they continue the scrum. Oh, nice hustle, guys. And look at that. Kuligowski gets back in the play to get possession for the Buffaloes. Oh, that's nice effort by the freshman faceoff specialist for the CU Buffs. Now, can they get a payoff and reward the work of their Frost faceoff guy? Say that 8 times. McIntyre, 1v1. Good defense, Rasmussen. A little battle going on there. And look at hustling into the play. Good help defense by Taylor Crump. And then the whistle blown, so C's going to keep it right here. Look at McIntyre. Immediately wants to get this set going. Keller's got 2 goals. Some trading up top, back to McIntyre. Grayson Mitchell, we haven't called his name out too often. Huge contributor a couple of weeks ago here in the stadium in their win over Colorado State. Under 8 to play, second quarter. From behind the cage. And the ball trickles through to the goalie, so Nate Norton picks it up, and now BYU will clear. And BYU now waiting for Middies to sub in. Right on cue, you can see McKee coming in. There is Ben Toffeletti. Toffeletti's 34 right up top there, working the dodge. They can be patient with that 4-goal advantage. Nothing there as they try to find the cutter. CU picks it up. Looks like that long pole took a shot to the noggin. And it's an interference call against CU, so BYU will keep it. 6:38 on the clock. Cougars back up top. Oh, that's good defense for CU and Mark Olszewski. So Olszewski forces the turnover and then gets the ground ball. So CU will try to clear. I'm trying to leave some breathing room for the audio because you can hear how BYU has taken out the crowd noise who would be supporting the guys in black. BYU has been in command firmly here in the second quarter, scoring 5 of the 6 goals here in the second. We're about 5.5 left in this first half of play. And the repeated recall that Colorado started with a 3-0 lead in the opening, let's call it 3 minutes of the game. See what this does for the Buffaloes' attack. Spending some time here, a lengthy set, and they'll keep it. Then Hamilton will go get it. They could really use a goal here and a payoff for this good work offensively. And it's not going to happen. The slide and then the double on D leads to a turnover for us. Braxton Marion sends it to his goalie, and now the Cougars are going to clear with that 4-goal advantage. 4:39 on the clock. CU back the other way. The numbers are not right. Smart decision by McConaughey. Get some help in black. .420 on the board. In total clock time, the Colorado Buffaloes have not scored in 9 minutes of play. We're even up 4 minutes remaining here in the second. So McConaughey on the right, 41, has spent some time at that X position. And now that's Keller up top. Guy Sarasoli, CU Buffaloes taking their time. Shot clock is dwindling down. And they still haven't gotten one off yet. Was there a change of possession? I think that's what Keller was looking for. Do we reset the shot clock? Yep. And our crew confirms that shot clock is reset. So now CU has more time. And then we have a whistle stoppage here. And maybe there was a lack of certainty between the scores table and the officials. 3:10 on the scoreboard in time remaining here in the second. And then you see Weston Keller put the ball down. Yeah, there you go. Take it back. Work the persuasion. Good talk. Same result. CU's got the ball. And now they don't. And now they clear quickly. Under 3 left in the second quarter. 4-goal lead for the guys in white from Brigham Young. .230 on the scoreboard clock. Halverson approaching. Shooting. I think that was deflected by a defender for CU. BYU's going to keep it unless they get too sloppy. They pick it up here. Jack Carpenter operating against a defender. That's good defense. Call him out, Trevor Kunkel. Kunkel scored the first goal in the game. That was 55 seconds into the contest. 1:54 on the clock. CU approaching with this possession. McCarthy, and then a whistle. And now head coach Guy Sarasoli and his staff bringing their Buffaloes over to talk it out before they approach this attack set. Let's go into the BYU huddle and get a nice tight look at Matt Schneck, 14th year as the head man for this Brigham Young program. Schneck has what looks like kind of a camo hat, the trucker style, and the blue top. He's the one addressing his Cougars right now. Schneck, 3 championships on his coaching resume, including the 2021 COVID season. Interesting if you tie this all together. I work with the football squad as a pregame host and a sideline reporter. And then you think of the Mountain West and the WAC ties. The football teams have never played in this stadium, even though it's only 7 years old. Here's the lacrosse team for BYU. Second time they've been in this facility. They're trying to go 2-0. They won last year against Colorado State. Right now they're in a good spot, up 4, with a long while to go, as BYU breaks huddle and we widen back out. Phil and Justin, who lead our Stream It Sports production crew, like to have fun with themselves creatively and just dance with my words. Right as we break huddle, they go to wide shot and get us the beautiful nighttime look at Canvas Stadium and back down low to CU. And now an ISO shot of Ben Hamilton. So good for you, the senior from Massachusetts. 1:42 on the scoreboard clock, and now we'll see what Guy Sarasoli's crew designed for his CU Buffaloes. Looking for a goal. They have not had one in quite a while. Weston Keller scored at 12:59 here in the second quarter. No tally since then for the Buffaloes in black. And they've got 1:40 now to score before the halftime intermission. At least one, as McConaughey retreats. 1:30 remaining in the second. He tries to battle through a couple of defenders, and he will back off. And there's a low to high shot attempt that goes over the cage. I don't think a save will be recorded by Nate Norton. And so nothing there on this possession, as McConaughey tries to threaten with the ride, but BYU comes back down low on your screen and they push forward. Some indecision there, but eventually the clear by Taylor Mason. 1 minute remaining here in the second quarter, and then another timeout. So Guy Sarasoli and CU took a timeout on their recent possession. Now Matt Schneck and BYU with under a minute to play. Same thing. Pull them to the side. You got a timeout. Take a break. We'll do the same. This is Fort Collins, and you're watching the 2023 Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Conference Tournament.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Our crew mesmerizing me. I'm like a little guy distracted by shiny things and puppies and those cool looks. Look at that shot, just flexing, you guys. Gorgeous look to the east. And then we tighten in on the Mountain West logo. Again, we're in an FBS facility. That's D1 football, home of head coach Jer Norvell's Colorado State football program. The Colorado State men's lacrosse program investing lots of dollars to host this 23 Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Conference Tournament, and we're getting the rewards here. Beautiful night, Friday night, first night of the RMLC action. BYU with a 4-goal lead after the timeout. 45 seconds right now remaining in the second quarter. Congratulations to Air Force and Montana State. They will play tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the D2 championship. Utah Valley's advanced in the D1 brackets. One of these squads would like to join the Wolverines. Well, CU's defense matches what BYU did after a timeout, making a stop. 15 seconds left. Here comes the Buffaloes. That pass too long. Good hustle to the ball by the pole for BYU. 6 seconds remaining. And you'll hear the countdown from the benches. 2, 1. No horn, no whistle, but you hear the the refs with the whistle, and that will conclude the second quarter of play. So CU started with that 3-0 lead, and then BYU working to where they've got a nice, comfy advantage. They're up 4. We take the halftime break here in Fort Collins.
Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker, new from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How is it? Is it good?
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say how are you or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR. It's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
Down below, you can see both squads are back out onto the field as we approach the third quarter of play in the 2023 Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Conference Tournament. D1 action here, the semifinals, Colorado against Brigham Young. Those guys, the Buffaloes, under head coach Guy Sarasoli, started with a 3-0 lead in this game. Then teams traded goals after BYU made a little bit of a run there to get a lead at 4-3. We had 3 ties. And then the last 4 goals scored, you can see the reaction by the CU Buffs fans. Last 4 goals scored by Brigham Young, and that's where we sit 9-5 right here as we begin the third quarter of play. We're in Fort Collins, Colorado. The tourney presented by Colorado State Men's Lacrosse, thanks to the CSU LAX program for investing in these presentations, broadcasts by Stream It Sports Productions, Phil Mildren, Justin Salvia, their crew. See the face-off specialists out there on the Ram's head. That is Mike Kulagowski and Tanner Shields. Kulagowski is the CU Buff in black. Shields in white for Brigham Young. Cougars with the 4-goal lead. Third quarter of play underway. And possession awarded to the CU Buffaloes. So Brian McCarthy will bring it up. The Buffaloes will be moving from right to left. And we'll see what the Buffs can do here. Down 4. Thanks to Obee's for the live replays and sponsor support for this tournament and CSU Men's Lacrosse. Obee's digs the lax, and we like their food. Subs, salads, soups, a local shop where good food means good mood. McIntyre taking a shot with the left. For a moment there, it handcuffed the goalie, Nate Norton, who was able to get out of there without harm. So Norton looking for a helper on the clear. Ball down, but BYU picks it up. And look at the wheels on Aaron Rasmussen. There's Jake Halverson, who has a notable goal, that highlight shot, diving through the crease. We see a lot of those in lacrosse, but doesn't mean they just don't continually be fun to watch. Ed Wan, deep exposition. Marked by McIntyre. Halverson. And looks like a nice sweep save by the CU goaltender. I believe we have a switch in goalies for CU. We'll have to go look at the numerals. Yes, we do. That is Matthew Gay, who is in net, and he can't stop that one. BYU gets a goal here to begin the scoring in the second half of play. Let's check out the nice assist and then the score for Brigham Young.
Goal by number 9, Dalen Clark.
How about that? Alton Taylor, the sophomore, finds Dalen Clark. So now Clark, the local kid from Parker, has a hat trick in this game. BYU has reached double digits in scoring. 13:08 mark, third quarter. Dalen Clark from Alton Taylor. 5-goal spread in favor of Brigham Young. Back to the goalie. Up the gut. See the technical work of one of those D-men for BYU retreating to make space so he can make clean passes. And here's Brigham Young moving forward. 12:21 on the clock, third quarter. Just getting started in the second half. It is nighttime now. Fort Collins, Colorado. 8:12 Mountain Time. I'm Marty Cesario on the call here. If you want to hit us up on Twitter or Instagram, you can DM me live right here. I've got my rotary phone right next to me. You can tap me. Maybe you want to talk about that shot by Stu Vassow, who scores his second of the game for Brigham Young.
Goal by number 17, Stu Vassow.
The skill with these guys. Look at the stick work. Makes that turn. And the firepower with the left release of Stu Vassow. Sophomore out of Mercer Island, Washington. And now it's a 6-goal advantage for Brigham Young. Oh, here's a problem, and that's a mistake. The dunk from BYU, Andrew Friedman.
Goal by number 4, Andrew Friedman.
Obee's replay beginning from faceoff. Kulagowski has it, sends it back to his goalie, missed exchange, and look at the opening right there. Slam, do-do-ya. Andrew Friedman, the sophomore, scores for BYU at 11:36. Look at the volume. Listen in. BYU reacting to the work of Tanner Shields, the faceoff man. You do not need me to describe who is in control right now and feeling the power of the Mo. Friedman scores 15 seconds after Stu Vassow, which was about a minute and a half after Dalen Clark. 3 goals to start the second half of play. Even up 11 minutes left here in the third. And Brigham Young, another comfy right now. We've yet to see CU on the attack as we've started up the second half. That shot coming through and wide to the near side. BYU's going to keep it. Look at Ed Wan attacking. Good ground ball scoop by CU's Trevor Kunkel. Kunkel has a goal in this game. He scored the first one of the contest. 29 back there, being marked physically by Jake Halverson. So the Buffs set up here. 10 minutes on the scoreboard clock. McConaughey to the near side. That's McIntyre. Both those guys have goals in the game for CU. So does this dude, Weston Keller. Look at the double. Good defense by Aaron Rasmussen. Long pole, Taylor Mason coming up into the play. McConaughey attacking. 3 white jerseys causing the turnover. And now the BYU clear. Approaching, Kyle Brown swimming through, taking the shot, and scoring. Well, that's going to look real good on his highlight mix. The junior out of Draper, Utah, Kyle Brown. The Obee's replay, starting with the turnover. GB right there, Rasmussen. Then he finds Brown through midfield. Oh, he's got momentum. And then takes the shot and scores. Gets the goal and the gear carnage. Kyle Brown for BYU. Eight-goal differential. BYU in white with the lead. Another one coming through. Nice stop. So Matt Gay records a save there, as we've had a switch in goaltenders. A lot of hellos and how you do right there at midfield. There's a flag down way at the bottom of your screen. So a delayed penalty situation. BYU possibly could go man up here coming up in moments. Halverson. He had 2 different cutter options. CU picked up both of them. Oh, there's a shot, and that's gorgeous. Right over the shoulder, and a score for Dalen Clark. Pondo kid in the home state. He's got 4 goals.
Goal by number 9, Dalen Clark. Assist by number 21, Jake Halverson.
Watch this, courtesy Obee subs. Coming through with speed, power, and finesse. Dalen Clark. 7:59 mark. Clark's 4th goal of the game.
Penalty on Colorado. Illegal body check. 1 minute.
And by the way, remember, delayed penalty was in effect, and, well, there's the visual. That's head coach Guy Sarasoli at the cone there on your right. He's not talking to the ref. He's directing orders to his attackman. Now we tighten into the faceoff. Kuligowski on your right for CU. That's Jack Bassoff for BYU. Good battle. Kuligowski, did he have it? Nope. Great job by the wings. (14-5) BYU with the lead. 7:34 on the clock and counting. Brigham Young has scored the last 9 goals in this game. We were tied up 5-5 at the 12:59 mark in the second quarter as I look at my scribble summary to my right. Again, 9 consecutive goals scored by the Cougars. Sure you appreciate the work of this lacrosse team from Provo if you're out there across the divide. It's a high velocity shot coming through. I don't think it reached Matt Gay, the sophomore goalie. Gay did not start, but he's in there now for his CU team. Kid out of Eagle County. just a sophomore. And that is wide of Gay again, but BYU will stay right here, 6:39 on the scoreboard clock. You hear the countdown of the shot clock, as you would expect them to do with a 9-goal advantage, BYU using all 80 seconds of the shot clock. And here comes the CU Buffaloes. 6:10 remaining in the third. Too many white jerseys sliding correctly and getting in the way. And how about that? Going against what I was thinking, McIntyre works against two different white jerseys, but gets enough space and an angle to get the release off and scores for the Colorado Buffaloes. Well, and you get to look at the work of McIntyre right here, courtesy of Obee's. So he beat one man, and then it was a little bit of a tardy slide by the BYU defense. And credit the excellent work of McIntyre. 5:33 mark in the third quarter, first time in a long time. CU gets themselves a goal. Jake McIntyre. McIntyre's second goal of the contest. Okay, can the Buffaloes start some momentum here after the McIntyre goal? Flag on the turf, listening through my ear. The crew helping me out visually. You don't see it on your screen, but delayed penalty situation. So CU with an opportunity to score and get some man up. McConaughey approaching. Oh, that's a pretty goal by Ben Hamilton. McConaughey to Hamilton, 2 straight scores. Colorado. Let's peek at it.
Goal number 12, Ben Hamilton.
Look at Hamilton. Sent it through before the long pole could react on the low defense. Pretty goal there by Ben Hamilton, the senior. 4:35 mark. Hamilton scores a second consecutive goal for the CU Buffaloes. Reduces the deficit to 7. And now an opportunity for the freshman Kulagowski to win the adjacent faceoff. And keep in mind, the penalty scenario remains in effect. CU is man up. And here come the Buffaloes. A stoppage in play, and that'll be a timeout called by Colorado. Interesting, and well, we understand the timing of a guy, Sarasoli, and the staff for CU. 2 straight for the Buffaloes. We'll come back and see what they can do in this upcoming attack situation.
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The the Normal Maker. New from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
.827, play about to resume in Fort Collins. Keep going back to this beautiful shot. No, that's not a frozen pixel-lot. That is our guys repeatedly showing you this gorgeous shot from our main camera here at the 6th level at Canvas Stadium in Fort Collins, Colorado. Colorado, the University of, has scored 2 straight goals. 4:20 left in the second quarter. Pardon me, the third quarter. Buffaloes just took a timeout. Can they get a third consecutive goal? They are man up right now. Man up unit out there for the Buffaloes. Some problems trying to keep it alive, and well, that's good defensive work right there, forcing the turnover, and then Kelby Sosa gets the ground ball. Cougars trying to clear. If anything, they're killing time. McIntyre gets to it. Buffalo still man up. .330 on the game clock. CU remains man up. McConaughey takes that shot as he gets by 2 different defenders. I'm not sure it even got to the goalie, Nate Norton. So Brigham Young will try to clear once again. And we are now, I'm incorrect, we are not back to even strength yet. Taylor Mason doing a good job. So long pole, wasting time, and also successfully clearing. And another flag on the field. You see that right at the feet of Andrew Friedman. Now we're even strength. And delayed penalty in effect. Brigham Young has possession. We're about to flip that scenario in terms of special team situations. 2:20 remaining here in the third quarter. Halverson. How about the awareness of Halverson? 2 different defenders, doubling him. Oh, he goes underhand scoop pass. Attacker tries to swim through. Ball's knocked loose. Weston Keller scoops it up, and then we have a change of possession. Thus, the stoppage in play with 2:03 on the scoreboard. And now Brigham Young will go man up as we tighten in on the goalie, Matthew Gay. And we pull out. And we see a Buffalo come over to take a knee. Under 2 left in the third. Most recent 2 goals, Colorado. So the Cougars trying to stop the modest run of 2 consecutive goals by the Buffaloes. They get a shot off, and that's a save by Matt Gay. That's strong. Throws it over the top. Oh, good hustle to get it, Brian McCarthy. Man down CU. And we're back to even strength. 65 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play here in this RMLC semifinal. Colorado scored 2 in a row. .40 seconds left. No shot on goal. And then we stop play right there with Weston Keller on his backside right there at the crease. Number 10 right there, I'm talking about Keller, who's been a big contributor here. Let's get an Obee's replay of what happened here with Keller, how he ended up on the ground. Well, look at that. 4 different BYU defenders engaged with Keller as he approached. There's Weston Keller. He's got 2 goals in the game, none for quite a while. And then we get an isolation shot down low. And CU for the 4th time in the game will go man up. That'll carry over. They've got 25 seconds left here in this third quarter. Nobody there. A missed exchange to a cutter coming through the interior. Ball goes all the way to midfield. 10 seconds remaining in the third. BYU's got it. And Halverson will just kill time off. He's not even going to take a shot, and that'll end up the third quarter. Jake Halverson comes back all the way to group up with his guys. His guys in a good spot. They're up 7. Fourth quarter coming up here in Fort Collins.
Jason, let's go see your room.
Canvas Stadium, Fort Collins, Colorado, 8:35 Mountain Time. Fourth quarter about to start. Brigham Young with the 7-goal lead. Happy to bring you this broadcast of the 2023 Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Conference Tournament, supported in part by Obee's. Live replays and that sponsor support from Obee's. Fresh subs, salads, and soups, local shop where good food means a good mood. They're just 2 miles east along Prospect Road, which is 1 block over to the south of this facility. Like these shots where you see Sonny Lubick Field stenciled up top there. That is the man here in this community. And then you get the appropriate brand placement of Canvas Stadium. We're in a good spot. Colorado State men's lacrosse investing lots of dollars because they wanted to put on a good show. Fort Fun likes to do that. It's kind of a thing. And we're glad to be a part of it. Utah Valley winning the first semifinal at the D1 level. They will play tomorrow night right here. These squads, one of them would like to advance to play the Wolverines tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. In the 4 o'clock game, we will bring you the D2 RMLC Championship, Air Force and Montana State. Three different states, 8 universities represented in this tournament. If you dig the Lacs, well, this is a good show. Right now, Brigham Young with the upper hand as we flip side again. So CU trailing by 7, moving from left to right on your screen. Colorado has scored the last 2 goals. Ooh, right up front there. Buffaloes had an opportunity, but credit the D of BYU for suddenly getting back into the play to knock the attacker from getting a good shot. But Colorado will keep it. 13:07. And right now an even 13 minutes, so we're 2 minutes into the 4th quarter. Look at all that D help by BYU. McConaughey still gets a shot off. If you look down below, we've got a changing goaltenders for BYU. Matt Topham, a sophomore, is guarding the cage for BYU. There's a good shot you can see on the right. So interesting that Nate Norton is no longer in goal for the Cougars. Shot clock at 2-1. And that'll be BYU ball, shot clock violation. So CU was patient in this situation, but then the BYU defense disallowed a decent SOG. A shot on the goal. 12:15 left. Oh, it's a little sweep check from behind. Trailing defender knocked it loose because that was about to be an excellent highlight for a BYU Cougar. Head coach Matt Schneck's team scored 9 consecutive goals after we were tied up 5-5 at the 12:59 mark in the 2nd quarter. The squads from Utah have shown some explosiveness here this evening at the D1 level. Utah Valley trailing 3-0 early, then eventually becoming dominant to beat Colorado State. Here tonight, the CU Buffaloes scored the first 3 goals, and you can see that score bug up top. It's BYU in command. 11:10 on the scoreboard clock. .30 seconds on the shot clock. Backing off is Carlton Colley. See that little poke by the defender. Kyle Brown doing good work there defensively. Attacker gets loose, then tries to move across the crease, and it's wide. BYU ball. 10:25. Regulation time remaining here in this 4th quarter. Brigham Young looking strong. We're talking about a squad that, even though they're the 2 seed in this year's tournament, 12-5, ranked 13th. They are a team under head coach Matt Schneck. They made the semifinals last year at the national level. trying to get back to Round Rock in Texas for the MCLA tournament on May 8th through 13th. They got to finish off CU here. Quick stick opportunity. Does it cross the goal line? Edwan is celebrating. BYU's going to get it. And that'll be a score. Another one for Jake Halverson. So everything Halverson is doing, 21 right there, is exciting. Some drama. He had the crease dive earlier, and we'll look at the replay here of the fumbling quick stick of Jake Halverson. Did that go off his shaft? Interesting. Halverson gets the goal at 9:38 here in the fourth. And that is his second goal of the game. Well, so CU was trying to take that modest little run of 2 goals in a row and build it into a run. But Halverson scores, and so BYU is back up 8. .8:45 on the clock. Wheeling, turning, Ben Toffeletti back there at X. Defended by Brian McCarthy. Ball is loose. Oh, a nice little pull by Ryan Wells. Back to his goalie, but they can't keep it. Unforced error out of bounds. Halverson has it. BYU will kill off more clock with 8:20 remaining. Oh, look at that defense. Did the Buffaloes get possession? They do, but I want to credit the work of Trevor Kunkel. Okay. Middies coming into the picture, including Adam Bakke. Some problems with the turf. Great job pouncing on the opportunity defensively. So Levi Smith right there, the long pole. Looks like he was gonna force a turnover, but then possession awarded back to CU. So let's see what the Buffaloes can do here. McConaughey, anybody there? No. Way off camera, that ball gets to midfield. So an empty possession for the Buffaloes. 7:10 on the game clock. There's Juan making moves again. Sends it up high, and nothing there. Good job by the Buffaloes D, packing it in all the right places. And again, I try to let the atmosphere breathe sonically, because you can kind of feel who's in command right now. Good stop by Matt Gay. There are Buffaloes fans here in black that have come up fairly short drive from Boulder, but they are quiet, and that is because of what BYU has done here. Under 6 to play. McIntyre going to take the shot. Swept to the side by Matt Topham. Topham is a sophomore out of Las Vegas. Ooh, nice ball fake. Popped loose by Taylor Crump, and he gets the ground ball. Little things are fun to witness when you have the visuals right, and that was a good showcase of what Taylor Crump does there, the freshman out of American Fork. 4:50 on the clock. The game is hinting at a likely all-Utah championship. The easy recall on the 23 season. Brigham Young and Utah Valley, well, the Wolverines won that one 15-8, but BYU's got to finish off this team in black first. We'll take a break. 4:33 on the clock. The Cougars in command.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
Huddle break, CU Buffaloes, head coach Guy Sarasoli right in the center of your screen. We'll be able to see what perhaps they were diagramming as we rate the restart of play here. 4:33 on the clock. Second-year head coach Guy Sarasoli trying to get a second victory here at Canvas Stadium in the last 2 weeks. Right now they're down fairly large, 8-goal differential. Now we pan to the left and get you the start of play here. Again, about 4.5 left here in the fourth quarter. BYU in command, and they've got the ball. Buffaloes jumped on them early. Those 3 goals in the first 3 minutes of the game. They traded. It was 5-5 at 12:59 in the second quarter. And then 9 consecutive goals scored by Brigham Young. Cougars have been coasting pretty much the rest of the way here. Under 4 left as CU tries to clear. That was an athletic receive by Alec Amutian. So CU can get into this attack set. Oh, here's a shot, and that's a pretty goal for the Buffaloes. Grayson Mitchell, the graduate from Massachusetts, gets a goal. Number 7 right there. Good work for the Buffs.
Goal number 7, Grayson Mitchell.
So much power, and you'll see it right here on the Obee's replay. Mitchell takes the contact, baits the defender one way, turns, and just sends it through the goalie. Doesn't change the reality of the deficit, but good little moment there for Grayson Mitchell. And then face-off guys all tangled up. CU is awarded possession. A little momentum here with 3:10 left in the game. So can the Buffaloes. get to double digits before the finish. You want some weirdness? Back on April 20th, 8 days ago, BYU beat CU 15-8. And then look up at the score bug at the top left-hand corner. So for right now, unless something changes in the last 2.5 minutes, cue the Led Zeppelin, song remains the same. 15-8 is the spread, and it's the Cougars with the advantage. And here comes BYU. I would see no reason for them to really threaten with the attack. They can burn off 60 seconds on the shot clock here. And that would cut half of the regulation time off. 1:50 right now remaining in the game. They do take a shot, and it is over the crossbar. But the Cougars will stay right there. Again, tomorrow night, 4 o'clock broadcast. Phil and Justin will beef up their crew to the championship level. Air Force Montana State, that'll be the D2 game. Tomorrow night at 4. Take that shot. Ooh, that was going to look good. Nick Garcia coming through. Less than 90 seconds remaining here. Brigham Young's going to move on to face Utah Valley. So they will rematch. And that'll be a 7 o'clock broadcast, again here at Canvas Stadium, Fort Collins, Colorado. See the flag on the field and the sportsman embrace amongst the teammates. Let's go ahead and check out that contact. Screen set. And Buffalo wanted nothing to do with it. You saw that Buffalo, Ryan Wells. Kind of a brave move to set a screen in the situation. Good way to get on camera, though. 60 seconds remaining in regulation here. This will finish up the regular season and postseason for CU. Good run, strong team. One of the top programs in MCLA history. 4 championship appearances. Won a natty in 2014. Not going to happen this year. But we trust CU to be there. Strong conference. Talked about Colorado State hosting this. They've got 6 championships. Here comes the Buffaloes forward. Ooh, Mitchell can't receive it. Hits the ground. 25 seconds remaining in the game. How about this as I rattle off the resumes for the D1 programs here in the conference? Talk about CSU with their 6 titles. Colorado's got 1. Brigham Young's got 5. It's the 1 seed, Utah Valley, that's never been a part of any of that. And tomorrow they will play for their first conference championship and their first berth into the MCLA tournament. We hit zeros. You see the guys in white celebrating. It's justified. They have earned it. Congratulations to Matt Schneck and his crew. Again, the quick story recap. They were down 3 early. It was 5-5 with 2 minutes into the second quarter. Then they rattled off 9 in a row to take command and kind of coasted from there onto that championship appearance. Good work by Guy Sarasoli and his Buffaloes this season, but it comes to an end, 6-7 overall. Brigham Young now is 13-5 on the season, including the semifinal win here today. BYU against Utah Valley tomorrow night. For Bill Pilgrim and Justin Salvi in the Street of Sports Production crew, I'm Marty Casario. Loved having you here. Join us tomorrow night for Championship Saturday. This has been coverage of the 2023 Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Conference Tournament, supported in part by Obee, presented by Colorado State Men's Lacrosse. Final score here in the late game, Brigham Young with the 15-8 victory. We say good night from Fort Collins.